Hey guys, thanks for watching Vicrina En Vogue. I am your host, Miss Vicrina, aka V, and today we are in Dumbo, Brooklyn, and I'm feeling like, in a little leather mood, a little sexy leather. Let's check out a little something today. Follow me. Hey guys, so we are in DeMain, Dumbo, the home of one-of-a-kind leather goods, and I am with the creator, the Roberto.
Thank you.
How are you today? Thank you so much.
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Yes. So I want to know, what does DeMain mean?
DeMain means from the hand.
Okay.
And DeMain means also in French, demain. It means I see you tomorrow. It can mean what tomorrow brings. This is a shop where everything is hand touched, handmade, handcrafted, and this is the name for the shop, DeMain.
Is that your hand in the?
It is close to it.
It's
It could be my hand, but it's not.
All right, and I'm wearing one of his pieces, guys. A couple of his pieces, actually. Isn't it so lovely? This is amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing. How long does it take you to make your pieces?
It could take a day, it could take 2 days. First you make the pattern, then you perfect it, and then you cut the final. Because when you cut leather, you can never put it back together. So you have to cut exact what you designed.
It sounds like a nice phrase. Once you cut leather, you never put it back together. All right, so I want to see some more pieces, and I know you guys do too, right?
Okay,
So
let me take you around.
yes, let's do it. All right, so tell us a little bit about what's going on here.
This is the ladder of earrings
Okay.
in small pieces. So here I have collection of earrings. They're all hand cut, hand slash, hand burn, and they're all patterned in some cases. So we begin with like golden leather with the ostrich texture. These are the longest. People love them. I got some little petal ones. They all resemble feathers. And we go down the ladder, some patent leather, little feather cuff. Then we continue down to like rose gold leather, all slashed, all burned by hand. And there's some snake with crystals and chain.
Ooh.
And we continue down with more feathers, where the snake skin, again, in different sizes, different length, and more gold, and more ostrich. And then we move down to the cuff, snake cuff.
This is
All
sexy.
call and contour, and some larger pieces of feather because they're really light, so they weigh nothing.
And that's what I like.
The weightless.
Yes.
Okay, so there we go. And then we have some fingerless gloves, which are really now everybody's trying to dig one of this.
I'm trying to take one of these, okay? Cute.
And little Hamza of Fatima hand earrings also. So everything kind of hand symbolic,
Yeah.
and handmade.
So where do you get the inspiration to make feathers out of leather? Like, where'd you get that idea from?
I don't know. It just it was an idea that it just flew. It was something that I had. I always work with hard leather, so I was like to shape things
Yeah.
like what you're wearing. But then one day I had my hand is very light leather, and I was like, what can I make out of this? So light. So I just play around with the shape and the form, and the feather seems like a beautiful, sweet form, strong at the same time, and symbolic. So I start playing with shredding and cutting and slashing, one leather feather born.
Ah.
And from there, the leather feather has grown into a large collection of items, and it has evolved from little feather to bigger feather, for different solid pattern to more
Wow.
involved pattern.
The
So
detail in here. The way that it
everything
moves.
is hand cut.
Wow.
The more you wear, the better they get, because they get ruffled.
Right.
It's like you can ruffle your own feather.
Ruffle your feather. Hey.
So yeah, and they have some necklaces also. They're like symbolic of the feather. That
I
like
love it.
throw over your neck, and they will lay.
Is it reversible?
It could be reversible.
Oh, that's dope.
Mhm.
I love
So
it.
little, necklaces that are part of the collection. They're just easy, summery, resort, winter on top of a sweater.
Right.
That look really good,
Right.
and you can just carry on.
And how long have you been working with leather?
I've been working with leather for around 70 years now.
17 years?
Yes, I started playing with the
Wow.
skin that I have in my house. After I came back from extensive travel,
Uh-huh.
I went to Morocco, Turkey, Europe,
Mhm.
and I came back and I was like, let me play a little bit with leather, because I've always been designing. But
Right.
leather for me was something new, and I worked in the fashion industry for a long time. I taught fashion at Pratt Institute, I lecture, I'm a fashion illustrator, so everything came just into the leather, the design, the travel, the experience of knowing other cultures, mixing the Native American, the African American, the Western, a little bit of the Moroccan, a little bit of the Moor, a little bit of the, a little bit of everywhere. So it's kind of like a collection of cultures, like it's like a little crossroad here. So you're gonna find things from places that remind, things that remind you of places.
Right.
But it's just because they come from my hand, and because of my memory, and because of the design. Everything has to have a concept.
Right.
So, yeah.
And talk a little bit more about your experience in the fashion industry. I know you worked with some big names in the past.
I have.
Shameless plug time.
I have worked with few names. First time around, I interned for Jeffrey Bean,
Okay.
one of the icons of fashion world. I have worked illustrator for Harvey Bernard, Liz Claiborne,
Mhm.
Talbot, Calvin, Ralph Lauren.
Yes.
Worked for some company, raincoat company called Fleet Street, and I have just done a lot of little homeworks around for a lot of people behind the scene.
Right.
So when you work as a designer, sometimes you work for other designers, so your name never comes to the front. It's your work,
Right.
and that's okay. But
Yeah.
this time
It's all about you.
this
It's
time
all
it's
about
my work,
you.
so it's an experience, and it's a journey. So I continue making things, and this is the place where I get to make the reality
Right.
of that dream into reality.
And how does it feel to be able to say, like, this is my work, this is, I'm the face of this, as opposed to, doing for others? Like, how does that feel to finally be in that place?
Actually, when you make the pieces for you, there's a feeling of release, that you thought of something and you worked through something and something came out of your whole self, that you don't really have a grasp until somebody comes to you and say, wow, this is amazing.
Right.
Because you are an artist, so sometimes you don't know what you're doing. Sometimes your instinct is guiding you to create different things. So it's kind of like an amazing thing to feel that you're doing something that somebody likes.
Right.
First, you have to please yourself.
Of course.
And when the client gives you the approval, and then everything is complete.
Right. Right. It's true.
That's the idea. You could be by yourself, but the idea that you're pleasing somebody with something that you make, somebody found it incredible. It's not for everybody, but some people will get it. That's what it's about. When somebody gets it, it's like, yes, this work. So
Right.
that give you more. It grounds
It
you.
grounds you, right.
Exactly. So that's.
And it's satisfying.
It is
as well.
satisfying. Nothing is like that's all. That makes your day. even if the person doesn't buy the piece.
Right.
The fact that they can just say, what you're doing is amazing.
Right.
From the heart.
Right.
Exactly.
Love it.
Thank you.
All right, so I want to see some more.
So, and then we move into different things that I've done. The bags, some of my bags.
Oh my god, this is so nice.
Take this
Y'all, this
keychain.
bag.
Take this keychain off.
It is everything.
This is a little tote.
My heart stops.
This is a self-standing tote. And it's in the shape of a beetle.
Ah.
It has a beautiful back, the base. It's completely cut by hand and all stitched by hand.
I want to hold it. I want to hold it.
You can hold it by the handle, or you can
Okay, I
hold it by
wanna
the
hold
shoulder.
it here.
It's a heavy bag. It's not, it has stuff inside, but
This
that
is
is a piece.
so amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing. So, would you say that you were inspired by nature as well? Because I know you were inspired by your travels, but I see the feathers.
Definitely,
this is a
definitely,
beetle.
nature is big part of what I do. Everything has the reason, and pretty much the organic shape that nature has given us are part of the inspiration for the result of things like this. So everything has an organic feather, the beetle, insects, snakes, pattern that come from Mother Earth,
Nature.
and Mother Nature.
Right. Love it. And how long does it take for you to make a piece like this?
It could take several days. It's again, this is a work in progress. When you make the pattern, and again, when you mold it, so it has a shape. It has dart.
Yeah, look at the detail.
It has dart. It's all cross stitched, and it's all punched by hand. And this is all leather cord that is being whipped around the leather.
You must have a lot of patience.
You have to have patience and determination, and it's part of the, of the handle.
Yes.
That's the bag. But again, this. Okay.
And because you make all of your products, I'm assuming that you do custom work as well.
Yes, a lot of the work, I do a lot of work for private clients. They ask for different requests, and I work with them closely to see what their idea is, and we take it from a sketch to a pattern to the final product, which is the leather. So it's a process. I'm here to create something that you dream of. You give me a sketch, you give me a picture, you tell me what you want. I work around your aesthetic. If you happen to like the way I work the leather, and it takes few steps from a sketch to pattern to a final product. So
Okay, so guys, if you want a custom piece, you already know you're in good hands with Mr. Roberto.
thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go here.
Yes. And tell us about this piece right here.
Okay, this is the latest venture in my shop. I'm not just limit myself to leather. This is vegan. This is vegan leather. So this is a belt, and something about my belt. In this case of this guy, this piece right here.
I'll hold that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll hold it for you.
This piece right here is made to cinch. So the more tight, the more it cinches.
Nice.
So it's
like a corset.
It's like a little corset, but the tension and the design makes the eyes or the opening close and to sink in between the torso and the pelvis. So it sits right in the middle of the waist. So a lot of my belts are pretty much ergonomic, and they work around the figure. So I have a lot of clients that are women, and they want the belt that help them shape and not kill them.
Right, right. Yeah, they gotta breathe.
So this is vegan for the people that want to do leather. I can always do something strong and beautiful and special.
That's good that you have the option for vegan because everybody is a lot more
And
conscious.
It's a personal thing, yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, so this good that you have that option available.
And even one of the accessories, like, have the fingerless glove with, the little feathers.
The feather
If you happen to be a performer, the feather earrings are here. And so,
love this. This is really funky. Like, do you do pieces for like Burning Man?
I do have a lot of clients that they're Burning Man clients, and they come here because they want something also that really special. Even though sometimes they want something that is going to last for a while, not just for that show. So a lot of pieces they're well made, for them. So, yeah.
And I see you have some lovely, lovely cups. Let's
these
show those off.
These are the ring OB cup there. The brass. I like to use brass in stainless steel, and this is a piece that you put it on.
Yes, I want to put it on.
And it closes. You can adjust into the button here.
I might need a custom, I have my little wrist.
Everything gets customized, so it could be adjusted to any size. So you have to pull a little, and you have to punch one hole, and it will fit you.
Yes, I love. This is absolutely amazing.
So they go from little guys, I do little cups, like this guy. Not that little, I do even more little, smaller one. And then I do something that are like even bigger, like this guy.
Holy crap.
That's an artist.
Lord have mercy. Look at this, y'all. Look at this. Amazing. She's a master.
It's all hand cut, hand shaped, and this will fit you also.
I can tell. I'm ready.
So
I'm ready.
Let's try this one on. Put your hand through. Take a good shot. Nice. And then you just slip. There you go. There you go. There you go.
I feel like Superwoman, but the sexy version.
There you go.
The black version. Hey, not coming to play, okay?
Oh,
I was gonna.
You want to carry that?
I just want to wear this.
Keep that on. So there are more items. I have the chain ball belt.
I love some chain.
This is a belt. Now different panels on the side. I can bring it down if you want.
Yes, bring it down.
I can bring it down, but this is like
I know you guys want to see.
Like a little, it's a belt. This is not part of it.
I like how everything has that edge to it, but there's still a little softness as well.
It is a sexiness.
Yes.
It has to be sexy.
Very sexy.
It has to be sexy.
How do you find that balance?
You have to. It's the instinct and the design. I've seen a lot of things. I have designed for a lot of people, so all my experience, everything what I have gone through my head. It goes through a process of give and take until you find the balance.
Right.
So it's a error and trial. Let your instinct guide.
Right.
And the balance and the design and the schooling, the history and all of that come into place to become your own thing. So this is a little dancing number.
Yes.
And some pieces are missing because it was Burning Man recently. So
right.
A lot of them they came and left. Okay. And this is out there.
So why leather? Out of all the materials, why leather?
Well I have gone through a lot of tests. I have tried high-tech fabric. I have tried nylon, polyester, cashmere, cotton. I have designed all of them. Leather seems to be a good media for me. For me, I found it easy. It's not for everybody, but for me, it kind of speak to me. It's a conversation that I have with the material when I'm working. It's a process. It doesn't come like that. Sometimes it takes time.
Right.
So it's something you have to like.
Okay.
You learn how to work around it.
So let's know a little bit more about your background. Like, where are you from originally?
I'm original from Dominican Republic. I'm Dominican, and I came here to go to school. Had a scholarship that brought me to Parsons, New York. So I graduated from Parsons and fashion department. I also have a fine art background, so I got to mix a little bit of my fine art with fashion, which is the ideal,
Right.
and mix it all up and be a fashion designer, which is actually a melange of things. When you're a fashion designer, you're supposed to know about a lot of things.
Right. Well, it's very obvious that you have a fine art background. Well, what would you say is one of your favorite pieces here?
My favorite pieces are my belt and the corset belt right here.
Oh, okay.
You're wearing one of my favorite pieces.
Ah.
The corset are great pieces. The chokers are good pieces too. You know, this belt is a nice piece of work. It takes a while to make this belt
Look at the
because
detail.
all the work is hand and it's cut and bevel. This is all cut in an angle. That's hand. The machine cannot do this.
Wow.
It's all scarification, all burn, one by one.
That. Oh my goodness. That is amazing.
And I like what I'm wearing also. My belt is the Safe and Secure, which I call this. This is a horse panic snap. And my belt adjusts from sizes. You can add.
I was gonna say I get an equestrian feel
yeah,
as well.
it's very that's all solid brass, all brass stud, and you can adjust it to wear on top of your sweatpants or with your jeans. The opening is interesting. It's a snap. Yeah, and it fits perfectly, and you don't feel it. You know, it's,
Very cool. So it's stylish, it's functional.
It's functional. It's all of that.
It's all of that. I love it. And I like how you play with colors too. Look at this.
The summer edition of the lime green, which was very hot in summer.
Nice.
Here's another feather pattern. And I have for the fall, for the winter time, I have a scarf. This is the Astrakhan, or this is Toscana fur.
A little fur in here now. Okay.
Perfect for now.
Yes.
Go.
This is so nice.
Fur and has a horn button. And it could save your life in the winter.
You know,
It's nice and warm.
I'm always cold, whether it's winter or not, so it's just gonna save my life.
Keep you warm and stylish.
I like this. Cute. Is this the first time you've done fur?
I started last fall
Okay.
to do a first cut, and this year I'm gonna make more.
Oh,
But they
okay.
did really well.
Nice.
So people like them. So and I like them.
All right. And you got some headbands too?
Yes. Rose quartz, crystals, and abalone.
So, what are the price points in general? Like, what is the price range of all of your items?
Price point from $30 earrings to $700 necklaces. They are all prices all along.
So something for everybody.
You can find $45 pieces, you can find $60 pieces, you can find 80, 100, 200. Yeah, there's quite a
Something
range.
for
Yeah, there's
everyone.
something for everyone. That's what I wanted to. That everybody that comes here, they don't have to limit to one thing.
Right.
There's a lot of little pieces that they can pick from and put together, and they can be happy.
Right. Because when you hear leather, you think, okay, I have to spend some money. So it's good to hear that you have something that everybody can do. Everybody can look stylish with real leather.
With real leather.
Or vegan.
Or vegan.
if
Yeah,
you eat that with the vegan.
It's an open for anybody. It's like, it's a gift shop.
I love that.
And it's special.
I
Not
love
like
that.
anything around here.
Yes. No, it's really not. It's you have to come. You definitely have to come. And so I want to see a little. I see you have some bags too.
Okay, yes, we can show you the bags.
He has everything, y'all. Everything.
Are you nice and warm?
I'm very warm.
Yeah,
Feel good. I'll just still keep everything.
Okay, okay.
Keep everything. Oh, let's put this down.
we'll give one this one. Yeah, here we have the bags. Shoulder bags.
Yummy.
All fit embossed leather. And they're really light. They're hand painted inside, so they're very clean. Let's have a little feel them in, but this is the bag. It's very, very light, very clean. Perfect for the city.
Yes. Oh, it is really
Take
light.
you everywhere stylishly, and you can put everything in there.
It is really light. Oh.
I also
I
have
love this like rose gold.
yeah, the
paint.
finish that I do.
Nice.
This one, I show another one. So there are different sizes. I have that. I also have the clutch.
Yes, clutch. Come through with the clutch. Look at the clutch. Nice. And you have the
leaf
the
details
leaves,
already
okay.
embellished.
Wow. I like the shape. It's different. It's kind of like an envelope.
It's like an envelope. Like a little packet.
Envelope. Wow. I'm impressed. I'm really impressed. Really impressed.
And I have not so many necklaces as you can see.
Right. Is this from Ethiopia?
These are African.
Okay.
Yeah, these are Yoruba medallion that I get for the store. I'm very much into power pieces, so I'm doing a lot of power necklaces. So I have Ashanti and Yoruba and different amulets.
Okay.
So I like the brass, and I happen to like them. I like brass, and I like the culture, and I like the fact that somebody makes them. That they're made with the intention of protecting somebody. So you have something that is you can only know.
Right.
So that's kind of empowering.
Cool, West Africa. Cool, West Africa here. Of course.
And I mix, of course, I do black coral, onyx, amber, low wax beads, and different things.
Beautiful. Oh my gosh, Roberto. Okay, I need you to shamelessly tell everyone where to find you online.
Well, you just have to go to deMain Dumbo. You can Google the name, or you can Google my name, Roberto Calasanz.
Okay.
You can later on put it on the segment.
Okay,
Yeah, you
good.
can just Google my name, or you can come to 145 from Street in Dumbo, between Pearl and J, and it's easy to get to me. The F train or the A train.
Okay.
The F train to York Stop or the A train to Hyde Street.
He told you the train stop. You have no excuse. You better come or take an Uber, whatever you gotta do, but just come to deMain Dumbo. I
I will welcome you.
love it. Is there anything else you want to show
I
us
think,
before we
I
head
think that's it.
out?
I
Okay.
think we have a full show.
We have a full show, y'all.
We have a full show.
We had a full show. Well, Roberto, it was so amazing having you on the show today. Like, your work is everything. Everything. And I know if I'm excited, I know they're going to be excited as well. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
I'm very happy to receive anybody in my house,
Yes.
my workshop, or my place, or my shop, however you want to call it. This is the main.
Yes. And guys, I know I was all loving and furred out.
You're ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
Give me some runway. Give me some runway.
Oh, you want some work?
Yeah, give me some
Oh,
runway.
snap. You know I always do runway.
Oh,
I'm ready for the runway. All right, guys. So that's it for today's episode. Make sure that you like and subscribe at my channel at Vicrina En Vogue. Follow me on Vicrina En Vogue on Instagram, and stay tuned, I should say, for the next episode of Vicrina En Vogue. That's all. You just for Vogue. See you next time.
Hi, this is Roberto Calasanz. This is the main shop, and I just being Vogue.
if you like what you just saw, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit the description box down below for more information. And if you want to be the first one to get Vogued, make sure you hit that bell notification down below. You've just been Vogued.